Good day, everyone. Today, we'll be discussing our topic session 26 Project Closure Guidelines. Closing a project is just as important as starting one. It ensures that all objectives are met, deliverables are finalized, and the project is properly documented before it officially ends. A well-managed closure pace helps organizations learn from their success and challenges, setting the stage for continuous improvement. In this session, we will cover how a project moves through the closing phase and how it is evaluated. The key components involved in closing a project, basic guidelines for writing an effective project closure report. This is emphasizing that even though a project may seem complete, it is not officially closed until it has gone through an evaluation process. This evaluation ensures that all project objectives have been met, deliverables are handed over, and lessons learned are documented for future improvement. Key topics covered in this session. Phases in closing a project. This includes the necessary steps to formally conclude a project, such as finalizing deliverables, obtaining stakeholder approval, releasing resources, and documenting lessons learned. Project evaluation. The summative evaluation. This involves assessing the overall project performance, identifying success and challenges, and determining whether the project met its intent goals. Example: closing a software development project. Imagine a team developing a mobile app. Before closing the project, they need to ensure all features are tested and delivered to the client. Conduct a final review meeting to confirm the project meets requirements. Gather feedback from users and stakeholders for future improvements. Document any lessons learned and officially close the project. Event. A company organize a major conference. The closing phase would involve evaluating attendee feedback to measure event success, settling final payments with vendors and suppliers, compiling a report on a work well and what could be improved, officially closing the project and achieving all event-related documents. Project evaluation is a critical step in project management that takes place throughout the project, especially in the final phase. It provides an opportunity for the team to reflect on the project's success, challenges, and areas for improvement. The goal is to gather insights and recommendations to enhance future projects. Summative evaluation is conducted at the end of the project to assess overall performance, effectiveness, and outcomes. It involves gathering feedback, analyzing project data, and making final recommendations before formally closing the project. The project life cycle consists of key phases that guide a project from start to finish. These phases include the project initiation, identifying a problem or opportunity, defining the project scope, and forming the project team. Project planning, creating a detailed plan, setting timelines, assigning resources, and establishing control measures. Project implementation, executing the plan, constructing deliverables, and ensuring project progress is on track. Monitoring and control, tracking performance, addressing issues, and making adjustments as needed. And last is project closing and evaluation, assessing the project's success, documenting lessons learned, and formally closing the project. For example, organizing a charity event initiation. The organization decides to hold a fundraising event. For planning, venue, budget, guest list, and event activities are planned. Implementation, the event takes place with speakers, performance, and fundraising activities. For monitoring, the team ensures smooth execution and addresses any issues. For the closing and evaluation after the event, feedback is collected from attendees, funds raised are reported, and recommendations are made for future events. These slides show a process related to project closure activities, especially the role of summative evaluation and post-implementation review in closing a project. A more detailed version of the process, summative evaluation is still a key step, but now it also connects to post-implementation review before reaching project closure. This suggests that after evaluating the project's result, a review is conducted to analyze how well the project was executed, identify lessons learned, and provide recommendations for future projects. For example, IT system deployment summative for the evaluation, assess whether the deployed system meets the requirements, function correctly, and is used as expected. For the post-implementation review, gather feedback from users, identify challenges faced during deployment, and suggest improvements for future IT rollouts. For the project closure, officially document the findings, release resources, and close the project. Summative evaluation. Evaluation is a documented post-implementation review of a project, like what I said earlier. It assesses how well the project performed against its established objectives and whether it followed the planned management process. For the key aspects of summative, performance assessment measure the project success based on key performance indicators or KPIs. Compares the final results with the initial goals and expectations. For the stakeholder feedback, the project team and stakeholders provide insights on what worked well and what didn't. Helps understand the effectiveness of the project's execution. For the lesson learned, identifies best practices and mistakes to improve future projects. Helps organizations refine their project management approach.
Hello everyone, good day, and this is the continue of Project Closure Guidelines Session 26 on Service Culture. A post-implementation review may conducted 1 to 3 months after the last activity of the project closure phase, when the client is likely to be already enjoying the immediate results of the project. So this means the reason of waiting this period is that it allows enough time for the client to experience the immediate benefits or outcomes of the project. By this time, the client would likely have started using the product, system, or service delivered by the project and can provide valuable feedback on its performance, any issues, and whether it meets their expectations. The review helps identify strengths and areas for improvement, contributing to future projects and long-term success. Summative evaluation. This is an assess of the project's overall performance after it has been completed. It focuses on understanding whether the project met its objectives, was complete on time, stayed within budget, and delivered an expected outcomes. It is often conducted near the end of the project closure phase, helping to summarize the final results and impact of the project. And project closure. This is the phase where all project's activities are wrapped up. It ensures everything is finalized, stakeholders are informed, and the project is officially concluded. Several key steps are part of this process, which include administrative closure. This step involves the finalizing of all project documentation, confirming that all contractual obligations have been met, and ensuring all projects records are in order. It ensures that the project is officially closed from an organization and administrative standpoint. Next is post-implementation meeting. This meeting is often held after the project has been completed and the client or team has begun using the deliverables. It's an opportunity to assess how the project is performing in real life conditions, discuss any issues of successes, and gather feedback from stakeholders to learn from the experience and the project report celebration. These This everything has been finalized. It's common to celebrate the completion of the project. This helps to recognize the efforts of the team, acknowledge success, and maintain team morale. Celebrating also serves as a positive note for everyone involved, highlighting the accomplishment of meeting the project's goals. Closure activities, acceptance of deliverables. This is the formal process where the project's final output is reviewed by the client or stakeholders ensure they meet the agreed upon specifications, quality standards, and project objectives. Once the deliverables are reviewed and found to be satisfactory, the client or stakeholders formally accept them. This signifies the end of the project's execution and confirms that the project has met its intended goals. Stage finalizing lessons learned. At this stage, the project team reflects on the entire project to identify what went well and what could have been done differently. This includes reviewing the challenges faced, strategies that work, and areas for improvement. The lessons learned are documented and shared with the organization for future projects, providing valuable insights to avoid mistakes and improve processes moving forward. This step helps ensure continuous improvement with the organization and the project management process. Project report. Project report includes project summary, starting from initiation to closure. Includes also project purpose, objectives, plan, schedule, and comparison of the initial baseline, schedule, and the actual schedule. Details on changes, processes, and their effects on the project. Financial aspects are included. These basically assess the project's effectiveness and preparedness for future projects. Administrative closure. This finalization of procurement, open issues, customer training or deliverables, release, reassignment, and personnel and resources. Project team appraisals, vendors' performance, and final payments of contractors. Post-implementation meeting. This meeting is often held after project has been completed and a client or team has begun using the deliverables. It's an opportunity to assess how the project is performing in real life conditions, discuss any issues or successes, and gather feedback from stakeholders to learn the experience. Project report. A project report summarizes the outcomes, results, lesson learned, and overall performance of the project. This is an essential document for the project's closure. It provides an official record of what happened during the project, what went well, and what could be improved in future projects. Celebration. After everything has been finalized, it's common to celebrate the completion of the project. This helps to recognize the efforts of the team, acknowledge success, and maintain team morale. Celebrating also serves as a positive note for everyone involved, highlighting the accomplishment of meeting the project's goals. Project closure activities, deliverables, turnover of project deliverables to sponsor. This refers to the process where the project team hands over the completed deliverables, final project, service, or result to the project sponsor or client. The handover is done according to the previously agreed criteria, which means the deliverables are assessed and accepted based on the specifications, quality standards, and objectives that were set at the start of the project. Acceptance based on previously agreed criteria. The sponsor of client reviews the work and formality accepts it is it if it meets those criteria, marking the successful completion of the project. Lessons learned: updating project documents. This refers to revising and finalizing all project-related records such as reports, plans, schedules, and contracts to reflect the actual outcomes by any changes made during the project. This ensures that all documentation is accurate and complete for future reference or audit. Summary evaluation. This is the assessment conducted at the end of the project to measure its overall success. It evaluates whether the project met its goals, stayed within budget, was completed on time, and delivered as expected results. The evaluation helps in understanding the project's performance and provides ways for future improvement. Closure. Project report submission to stakeholders. The involves the providing stakeholders with a final report that summarizes the project's performance outcomes and key metrics. The report typically includes the overview of the project goals, deliverables, timeline, budget, success, challenges, and any lessons learned. It's a formal way to communicating the completion and results of the project. Administrative closure. This is the process of finalizing all project-related documentation and confirming that all contractual obligations have been met. It includes ensuring that all administrative tasks, such as closing contracts, releasing resources, and archiving documents, are completed to officially close to the project from an administrative implementation meeting review. This meeting takes place after the project deliverables have been implemented and are in use. It involves gathering feedback from stakeholders to assess how well the project outcomes are performing in real-world conditions. It provides an opportunity to discuss any issues, successes, and or adjustables needed, as well as to review whether the project has met its objectives. Close and cancel all supplier contacts. Formally terminate all contracts with suppliers, ensuring no further obligations or payments are due. Tally invoices with payments made. Reconcile all invoices from suppliers and contractors with the actual payments made, ensuring all financial records are accurate and complete. And hand over project documentation. Transfer all relevant project documents, plans, reports, contracts, or deliverables to the appropriate stakeholders or departments for future reference or auditing. Conduct performance review for project team members. Evaluate the performance of project team members, providing feedback on their contributions and discussing areas for improvement or future development. Lastly, have project completion signed to confirm project closure. This obtained from a sign-off from the project sponsor or key stakeholders, confirming that the project is complete and all objectives have been met. This marks the official closure of the project. A meeting done at the end of the project is called post-implementation meeting. This is where the project team talk about the project success, challenges, and opportunities, and a document that summarizes the project and the actual work accomplished by the project team. This is held at the conclusion of the project. During this meeting, the project team reviews the all overall outcomes, discussing the success achieved, the challenges faced throughout the project, and any opportunities for improvement or growth in the future projects. It's an opportunity for reflection and feedback to ensure continuous learning and improvement. And and to all up, celebrate the success of our project. This is Josh Palma and thank you and God bless.